guys. I'm going to do a live video of a drive in the Netherlands. Yep. I'm currently in the village of Bad, and I'm going to take a drive. I'm almost ready. And well, here we go. I don't know how well this will work. A bit of an experiment. So I'm curious about your input. Weather today is very nice. Very nice weather here today in the Netherlands. So I don't know if you can hear me. My car audio might be in the way. I'm not sure what audio input it will take for this live view. Thank you guys. Welcome to the live stream. And I hope this will be enjoyable for you guys. A nice spring drive here in the Netherlands. You hear me well? Great. That's the whole idea. Good. Currently in the village called Bad. You probably know it from my other videos. I'm loving this weather. This is so nice. Oh, look, it's an electric step. Electric, yeah. I guess that's because my car audio taking over, but I would have to listen back on the audio when I'm no longer live streaming anyway. But at least you can hear me, so I'll have to figure that all out later on. It's we're going to exit the village. I have to take the car to the car wash, and then we'll head on over to the north of the Netherlands. And hopefully, with the nice weather and all, it will be a bit scenic. And hopefully, we don't get too much of traffic jams. Even though it's the Friday afternoon right now, which is normally the time when most traffic jams are here in the Netherlands. However, since Corona, the traffic jams times have changed. So it might all be better than expected. But yes, it is. And we'll have to wait a bit. As you can see, the flowers are out. The sky is nice and blue today, with the occasional little cloud. Tiny clouds. Even though we're standing still right now, I actually love this street with its nice high trees. It's a very nice, a nice lane through the village. This is my neighborhood. Yes. The village. And traffic lights aren't all that fast here, I fear. But we'll have to deal with those. Luckily, there's not all that many traffic lights in the route I'm going to take. But yeah, this one, it's taking a while. Leeuwarden is the Frisian HQ hazard. And in the distance, you can start seeing the windmill of Sloten, the molen van Sloten. The windmill is not revolving right now. I guess they only do that on Saturdays. Or perhaps not even on Saturdays, as well. Due to Corona, the whole guided tour thing has come to a halt, of course. So it's basically sort of a museum thing. That windmill, it's not doing anything productive anymore. But we'll have to wait another round for a traffic light here. Heh. So as you can see, finally, yes, finally, the YouTube has come through and I can do the mobile live streaming. Just in time with the nice weather that's starting. So in the future I may do some city walks, all that kind of good stuff. But for now, a nice drive. When we get to drive anyway. Over on the right is the statue of Mr. Amersfoort, the mayor of Bad Hoeverdorp, back in the days. I don't think it will be very clear on video, but hey, at least you know where he is. And there's the nice view of the windmill of Sloten. And the tiny bridge of Sloten. People are out and about on their bicycles. I, however, am in the car because my ride is going to be quite a bit longer. I'm not going to do that on a bicycle, as I would be en route a very long time. So we're going to get the car washed. There's a big traffic jam here as well. Don't quite know how much of a traffic jam, but we'll see about that. This is the car wash anyway. Excellent car wash. Car hasn't been washed in a few months now because of the limited opening hours with Corona and all. But luckily, as I'm a bit early today, I can get to do that. I'm going for the excellent program. Ronnie, zie je donderdag? Hallo. Ja, zeker, zeker. Met jou? Mooi zo. Ik wil graag het programmaatje Excellent.
Nou, we doen.
Doe er even 50 cent los bij.
Ja,
Alsjeblieft.
dankjewel.
Dat is lekker makkelijk. Alles €1.
Ik mag 35, hè?
Ja, dankjewel.
Ik ga weer mooi maken.
Helemaal goed.
Fijn weekend.
Tot hetzelfde, hè.
Dankjewel.
Hoi. Yep. 2 months of muck I have to... yeah, there we go. 2 months of Sahara sand and whatnot. Bird poo is going to be removed from my car. Excellent service at Excellent Car Wash here in the village of Sloten in Amsterdam. Yeah, they got their work cut out for them. In the car wash. So is this a first for you guys? Being in a live stream in the car wash? For me it's a first streaming a car wash anyway. I did record it in previous videos. Yes. It's neon and all. Live in the car wash. Is the signal quality any good, guys? Is this at all viewable? Or does it cut out? I'm inside a huge chunk of metal, of course. So this might not be all that clear. I'm not sure. In the car wash. Excellent. Thanks for the input, Hazard. I'm glad the signal is doing great. My iPhone X isn't on the 5G network just yet. It's still 4G. But at least, yeah, 4G appears to be doing doing good here. Ooh, this is like a Valentine's tunnel. Pink and black curtains. Towel curtain. uh, we're almost out, guys. Yeah. And we're out. Haha. Yep, that was a visit to the car wash. Excellent car wash in the village of Sloten in Amsterdam. And now we have that taken care of. We can head on out. Please keep right a bit more. Curving around the village of Sloten now. It is still possible. Yep, it's a fast way to lose 15 euros. But the result is excellent from this car wash, so no worries. Fast and clean. And it's busy. Yes, it is really busy today. Who would have thought? Well, I would have. But still, here we go. Should I miss a chat message, guys? I mean, it might happen. Of course, my first priority is minding the traffic. So should I miss a message, then don't hesitate and just write it again for me. Though I think I'll manage to see most of them. I mean, in the end, the camera is, the phone is quite well in front of me. But enough down below so it doesn't obstruct my view of the road. Just above the dashboard. One of those transport bicycles with kids in them. That's what we get nowadays in the Netherlands. Eh, they've been busy here. Hockey girls. There's a hockey club, street hockey club here in the vicinity, so the girls go play hockey on their bicycles. Yeah. Piece of art in the middle of the roundabout here. Some people call it a windmill. I tend to call it an acorn. Some people call it even differently. Heck, to be honest, I'm not sure what it actually is supposed to be. It is quite different though. I can go. Here we go. So we're leaving the city of Amsterdam, even though the sign says we are entering Amsterdam. It's weird. But technically, probably we are entering Amsterdam and leaving the village of Sloten. So yeah, but we're leaving Amsterdam to go onto the motorway that we're passing down below here. So we're still at the city's edge. So here we go. So behind us, guys, is Schiphol Airport. And in front of us is the city of Amsterdam. The very southwest of the city of Amsterdam. I'm going to take the ring motorway west. The ring motorway west is the part of the ring motorway of Amsterdam that's mostly built in. Is that how they call it? Where the buildings are closest to the road. And that's why they have limited the speed to 80 kilometers an hour instead of the usual 100 kilometers an hour that goes on the rest of Amsterdam's ringway. In the distance you can see the south axis of Amsterdam with all the office buildings. We are passing down below the A4 motorway, the very start or the very end of the A4 motorway. I guess it's the very start. To now be on the west ring of Amsterdam. The weather is still awesome. I'm loving this, guys. Such a nice weather. The curving building to the left here is the old neighborhood of Makkertjan. The very old neighborhood of Makkertjan before he moved more inwards of town. And we are now closing in on the World Fashion Center on exit S106. Also the exit of Amsterdam Osdorp, a part of Amsterdam you might have heard about. And we are continuing on along the ringway, heading north. Next to this ring west being limited to 80 kilometers an hour, it's also speed controlled. So there's like a radar detection system in action that measures the cars continuously, or almost continuously. There are like archways everywhere where there's signs above the road. There's an archway, and they are measuring your speed limit. So basically, it's pretty much speeding proof, and we just have to keep to the 80 kilometers an hour, which I don't really mind. As heck, we're still pretty much within the city limits of Amsterdam anyway, so yeah, why speed too fast? I've been living in Amsterdam for many years, and the pollution was quite bad on the major roads. So if we can keep that pollution down a little bit by not speeding, then I think that's a good thing. As long as they don't reduce the speed limit to like 50 or something, because it still is a motorway. So over here is the famous bridge building over the Ring West at Bos en Lommer, Slotermeer, Rochdale. And we're still facing north on the Ring West on this beautiful Friday afternoon. On the left here is the region of Amsterdam Sloterdijk, industrial area, commercial area, railway station Sloterdijk, and also the connecting road between Amsterdam and Haarlem, the old connecting road, the same road that has the village of halfway in between. There's a Holland casino here, and we are taking this central bypass here towards the Koen Tunnel and then onwards to the Zaan region and the north of Amsterdam and the north of the Netherlands. North Holland even. We have left the 80 kilometers an hour zone. We can now drive 100 kilometers an hour. Heading over to the left lane. The right lane is crossed off in the distance. To the left here, but it's out of the shot, is the old energy plant, the old power plant. Alright, we can merge back onto the right lane. We're closing in on the Koen Tunnel now. This is I think it's the new Koen Tunnel. Yes, this is the new Koen Tunnel. This is the part that's been finished in 2013. So it's already 8 years old by now, or almost, this year anyway. Time really flies, don't you think, guys? So we're below the river I now. Is the river, is the canal? It's a canal, I think. The I, which continues into the North Holland Canal. So we cross down below. Onward. Hey, hey, welcome, welcome. We are on the intersection Koenplein here. Jack's Casino, the Vander Valk Hotel. side, the city of Zaanstad is beginning, and on the right side, the village of Westzaan. There's a lot of trucks still on the road. Fridays afternoons are busy. But it was too nice of a weather not to do this live stream now that we have the chance, finally. They put up some sound screens on this stretch. To help from noise pollution for the residents that are living behind the sound screens. Oh well, it can't be helped. We are nearing the intersection Dyke, I think, or Zaanstad. Anyway, this intersection, we are going to take the A7 motorway. The A7 motorway starts here. We are going to take that up, heading north, through the province of North Holland, over the Offshore Dyke, and into the province of Frisia, with final destination, the city of Leeuwarden. Pretty much everything here is speed controlled, so please bear that in mind. And as to the right of me, there are cars. I'm now sticking to the left. I see a gap forming here, which I can take, so let me scoot over. And now I can even scoot over one more. As they opened up the hazard lane. What do you call this lane officially? This shoulder lane. They open it up during rush hour, as you can see with the green arrow above the lane. Speed limit is 100 kilometers an hour, as it is in most of the Netherlands on the motorways during daytime. So they didn't reduce the speed here due to the rush hour. They used to do that, but not right now. I guess we're somewhere in between actual high traffic situations and a reasonable rush hour where traffic keeps on rolling. So we're continuing onwards. I'm driving exactly 100 kilometers an hour here. So the people taking me over here on the left, they are speeding. Modestly though. As I said, this is speed controlled, so people don't dare speed that much, but a little bit. Live dangerously, guys! Leeuwarden nek. The exit coming on up. We're going straight on though. Nearest major town is Purmerend. And Purmerend is a place where a lot of Amsterdam folks have moved to, as Amsterdam just got too expensive to live in. Oh, you can't even find a house in Amsterdam. And back in the days, you could still find a house in Purmerend when the problems were already quite evident in Amsterdam itself. By now, Purmerend also ain't an option anymore. It's like halfway through the province of North Holland. You have to keep on going to find a more affordable place to live nowadays. Housing really is an issue in the area of Amsterdam. I'm loving this weather. Leeuwarden is still 115 kilometers away, according to the sign we just passed. Which would mean it would be just over an hour's worth of driving. But we'll probably be busy for a bit longer as maintaining the exact speed limit during rush hour. I don't think that will be quite possible along a longer stretch of the road. To our right is the village or the town of Purmerend. Again with the sound screens. I'm heading in that general direction, yes. Bum 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 bum. Road construction thingies. So we pretty much passed by Purmerend. The exit Purmerend North is still coming up. And yeah. Now it's busy to my left, so I can't really overtake this truck here. Trucks in the Netherlands tend to drive 90 or 80 kilometers an hour, even on motorways, whereas normal cars can drive 100 during the daytime. So here we go. One truck passed. And here in the Netherlands, we have to keep right, guys. The official ruling is to keep right. Over in the United States, for instance, it's keep your own lane. So you just choose a lane and you stick in it until you need to change, of course. But you just keep sticking in the left lane if you happen to be in the left lane. Out here in the Netherlands, we have to return to the right side of the road when there's a possibility to. During rush hour, though, many people won't do so. As they are scared to not fit in between the left line anymore when they want to overtake another truck. And sometimes it happens, when it's especially busy. You don't fit in between the left line anymore, the left lane. And you just have to wait it out. The trees are still without leaf, though they might be forming tiny buds. As spring is in the air. Sunday, official spring will begin. The official springtime. So this is the one but last day of winter. The winter season of 2020 to 2021. It really feels like a spring-like day. It's 9 degrees centigrade out there. And here inside the car it's comfy 20 degrees centigrade. That's very nice. And the weather is lovely. I don't think you can wish for any better weather to be driving in than this kind of weather. The world is beautiful, guys. And Corona isn't changing anything about that. The color is returning to nature. I'm loving it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There's some windmills, or rather wind turbines in the distance. And you will see more of them along the route. Wind turbines to generate green energy, green electricity. And as the province of North Holland is pretty close to the sea, the North Sea, there's almost always some wind. So these wind turbines get to good use. Watch out, little pigeon. Don't fly too low. Alright. You managed. Avanhorn is the next exit. Again, it's not an exit we are going to take. But yes, Avanhorn. Which means we are getting close to the next town or even city along this motorway, which is Horen. I filmed there, I think, 1.5 years ago. Like September 2019, if I'm correct. Horen has a nice historic downtown and a scenic harbor area. And it's very nice to do a nice afternoon stroll if you are in the area. And as you can see, it's not that far of a drive from Amsterdam. Even during rush hour. So the next exit will be Horen. Of course, we are continuing on the A7 motorway, heading north. First, let me overtake this here truck. So at least we have a nice little view of the entire road. So this is the exit Horen. Horn, literally translated into English. Like a post horn, musical horn. But we're passing it by. Continuing north. Leeuwarden is still 94 kilometers away. So we have some road ahead of us. We're heading north over the A7 motorway. We will be passing over the Offshore Dyke, which separates the Waddenzee from the IJssel Lake, and then continue through the A31, I believe, or is it the A32? Well, one of those in the province of Frisia to head over to the city of Leeuwarden. A few more clouds now, but still nothing to worry about. The N31. Thank you, Hess, for chiming in. N31, and then after passing by Harlingen, it will be the A31 again. Hey, yes, Hazard, there you are. Wochnum is the next exit we will be passing by. As you can see, most people tend to drive faster than the speed limit here. Not that it's any of my concern. I guess people want to get home before supper. Their family awaits them. It's 20 past 5 in the afternoon. So as I already said, this weekend, this Sunday, spring will begin. And exactly 1 week later, also on Sunday, daylight savings time will commence. I love daylight savings time as the evenings get longer. We get longer daylight in the evenings, like in summer. I care more for daylight in the evenings than for daylight in the mornings. As in the mornings, well, I'm not usually rising that early, so and on most days I'm traveling to work anyway. So, what good is the daylight going to do me then? However, at night after finishing the job, it's nice to have some daylight remaining, so you can take a stroll, get your groceries or whatever, and still have some daylight to enjoy it. Something you will see a lot here in the Netherlands, when you see a fuel station, there will also be an electric fuel station attached, along the motorways anyway. Most of them are fast NED, fast net. They're like a fast charger network catering to both Teslas and other brands of electric cars. I still got a gasoline slurper myself, so I still fuel up the old-fashioned way. And I'm not doing that on the motorway stations that much anymore. As the motorway fuel stations tend to be quite pricey compared to the ones there that are a bit, tucked away. Because those locations are cheaper to maintain, and henceforth they also make the fuel prices slightly less expensive. Regardless, fuel prices in the Netherlands are expensive. King and Queen piercing and tattoos is passing us by. They have like a pierced tongue on the back of the car. Okay, guys. whatever works. More wind turbines, both to the right side and also a bit more distant to the left, and even straight ahead. That's a lot of green energy that's being generated right now. By the way, guys, did you notice after passing by the city of Horen, traffic got a lot quieter. It's no longer the feeling you're in rush hour anymore, even though behind us rush hour still continues. And also this more or less is the line of where living, housing gets to be more affordable and more abundant. To the right side here are a couple of data centers. I believe there's Microsoft and Google on there. And they are building even more. There's a part of the data center that's below grass. They tend to make them more biological, more ecologically friendly. And now to the right there is a little gap. That's probably where they will be building the other data centers. Passing the West-Friese Vaart. And now we are going to see the Agri-port, which is agricultural stuff. They are making produce and all that. It's not the flower bulbs. That's a different part of the Netherlands. But this takes care of a lot of produce year round. I noticed the image is a bit shaky, even though the phone is not shaky. So it must be the lens correction of my iPhone trying to compensate for the tiny shocks, the tiny vibrations the car makes. But I can't really lock that lens. There's not like a setting for me to lock the lens of the iPhone. So we'll have to make do with this shaking, I fear. also a very nice corner in the A7 motorway, lined with those trees. Leeuwarden is still 76 kilometers away. And we are continuing. Wieringerwerf, exit Wieringerwerf is coming up, which means we are closing in on the north of North Holland. After Wieringerwerf, I think there's like one or two more exits, and then the Offshore Dyke will start. Cryo World, Advanced Cryogenics. So if you happen to be in the Netherlands and you want to freeze your body for science purposes, or perhaps to be resurrected later on, there's a company that's doing it. I wonder if they have anyone famous in there. Look at that. A liter of gasoline is 182 at this fuel station, this Shell fuel station. That's not even the premium fuel, it's their regular gasoline. €1.82 for a liter. No, not a gallon, a liter. Ridiculous. When arriving in Leeuwarden, I do need to fill up on gas. But I know of a fuel station over there that's around 165 a liter today. I checked beforehand. So that will save me 15 cents a liter. And as it's on my route anyway, better to do it there than to pay a lot of money at one of those motorway fuel stations. You can only spend it once, right? So it's easy money. Just a little tip for you guys. If you also drive a car and you need to pay for the gas yourself, check if there's like an app for the fuel stations, the live fuel station fuel prices and start comparing along your route what would be the best place for you to refuel, as it can simply save you a couple of bucks. Why not? Add it all up over the year. You can stay a night in a nice hotel, perhaps even a couple of nights, from the money saved on fuel prices alone. Or visit a restaurant several times over the year. Well, chance of a traffic jam 3 kilometers from now. So that's pretty much at the start of the Dyke. Here's a sign stating the UNESCO World Heritage Waddenzee area we are entering. We are quite high up north in the province of North Holland. Coming up is the final exit of Motorway A7 for the province of North Holland. The exit Den Helder. Den Helder is the town where you can take a ferry up to the island of Texel. And it's also the place where darkness lives nowadays. He used to live in the city of Leeuwarden, where we are heading right now. But he found his partner in Den Helder and is living there now. Well, there's some traffic, some speed limitations in place, some traffic limitations. The left lane is closed off. The thing with the Dyke, guys, is there's always road work. Always. I'm not sure why this place is in need of so much road work, so much construction, but it is. Perhaps it has to do with the location, being near the sea and all. So this section is 50 kilometers an hour, half of the speed we were driving before. And we are going to pass along the Stevinsluizen. These are the water passage between the IJssel Lake and I think it's still the Noordzee here, but it might already be the Waddenzee. Anyway, these Stevinsluizen, they control the amount of water that's passed between those two bodies of water. On the other side of the Afsluitdijk, there's another set of sluizen. They do the same thing over on that end. Alright, we are in construction zone. 4 kilometers remaining. The speed limit here is 70 kilometers an hour. And we happen to be on the nice side of the Afsluitdijk, as we can see the IJsselmeer to the right here. Dyke is on the other end, yes. But the set of sluizen is called differently, because you have the Stevinsluizen and the Lorentzsluizen. But you will see those in, I think, roughly 15 minutes, perhaps 10-ish. Then you will see the other set of them. Probably accompanied by more roadwork, more construction zone. Oh well, at least we can keep on driving, even if it is with a reduced speed. Warning, soft shoulder. Two kilometers remaining in this construction zone. It's a beautiful day. The clouds have grown bigger though, compared to when we started this live stream in the Amsterdam area. But still, it's lovely weather. 1 more kilometer of construction zone ahead. And we are closing in on the monuments, the Afsluitdijk monuments, which is basically the point where both ends of the Afsluitdijk were joined together. As they started building this dike, both in North Holland and in Frisia at the same time. And where they met, they put this monument, this Afsluitdijk monument. And the Afsluitdijk monument isn't really fairly placed in distance. As it's closer to North Holland than it is to Frisia. So either the people in North Holland building the Afsluitdijk were slacking off, or they had a rougher time for that segment of the dike than the Frisians had when doing their segment. I don't know the exact history of that. Fact of the matter is, closer to North Holland than it is to Frisia. As you can see by the cars driving before me, long shadows. So the sun is slowly starting to set. And of course it's a winter sun, let's not forget. We are out of the construction zone. The speed limit is 100 kilometers an hour. And we're now below a cloud, I guess. One of those big ones. As it seems to last quite a while. And I guess that's the end of that cloud. So here's the sun yet again. Yay! Sunshine! As you can see on the left, they are working on the sea defense of the Offshore Dyke. I think they put another layer on top of it now, making it slightly higher than it was before. And that's probably a good thing. It helps protecting the inland. And there we are on the right lane again. As in the Netherlands we have to keep right. Motorway A7. 83 kilometers in on this part, on this road. A very nice sky today. Even with the larger clouds. We're still on the Afsluitdijk, guys. Don't be fooled by the land widening a bit here. recreational area and the fuel station. There's some fishing boats out here. I thought fishing boats were only out like early in the mornings or late at the night. But I guess these guys are doing it in the late afternoon, in the early evening perhaps. Not sure what the story is with that. They keep being busy though. See how much lower the sea protection to the left here is, guys, compared to earlier on. And here they put on another layer of, well, sand, clay. There's several of these machines working on it to up it, increase the height. So this is still the Offshore Dyke, guys. But we're closing in on the other end. I do notice the older the stretch of motorway we are driving on, the more this iPhone lens is vibrating. Luckily, most of the roads here in the Netherlands are maintained quite well. So it's just bits and pieces like these. And we are closing in on another construction zone at the end of the Afsluitdijk. Kornwerder Zand. Ah, 70. And a nice fresh stretch of tarmac. That's nice. So these are the Lorenzsluizen. And to the right is the Kazematten Museum. It's like an army museum of sorts. And here is Kornwerder Zand. So yeah, we're officially not on the Afsluitdijk anymore. Even though this is a narrow stretch of land still. So I guess technically it could still be a part of the Afsluitdijk, but officially it ain't. And we are going to say goodbye to the A7 motorway. Here at intersection Zurich. And that's not the same Zurich as in Switzerland. This is Zurich. Without a dot on the U. And it's a very tiny village. A handful of houses, a roadside restaurant and a bus stop. And a fuel station nowadays. Yep, they gained the fuel station. Yep, Zurich. So we are going to merge onto the N31. Which is a national route, but not a motorway. The speed limit on these national routes, though, is also 100 kilometers an hour, but there's no hard and shoulder as on the motorways, as you will see in a little bit. This is still like a tongue of the A7 motorway that we're driving on, even though it should already be the N31. But they have it motorway style until finishing the entire intersection. So over there is the village of Zurich. And here starts the national route, the Autoway, the End Road. The N31. The N31 is a bit of an in-betweener as it connects two motorways. The A7 with A31. But they didn't make this part motorway for reasons unknown to me. But probably the people living in those farms that you see here on the right didn't like having a motorway along their houses. So they made it a national route instead. Meaning it's less safe because there's not a hardened shoulder, but the speed limit is the same. Go figure. Trolling 101. So instead of a hardened shoulder on these national routes, you get like these little maintenance spots. Some national routes have more of them than others, but you're bound to find one sooner or later. Exit Kiemsworth, which is a village that's a bit more land inward. But we're going straight on. Towards Harlingen. Tiny flyover. And in the very distance, you can spot a couple of church towers and some bits of the harbor of Harlingen, the city of Harlingen. Ah, poor animals. Harlingen is the place where you could take the ferries to Vlieland and Terschelling. A couple of the famous Waddeneilanden, the Wadden Isles. Another maintenance spot. And we're continuing. Poor animals. This is a section where they deepened the road. Instead of adding sound screens alongside the road, they just deepened the road itself to have less sound pollution and also less light pollution in this case. for the residents of Harlingen. Some people are speeding, but others are driving below the speed limit, especially when they don't have their cruise controls enabled. So we get to pass those by. And at the same time, pass by Harlingen. There are some more wind turbines just to the right of the road. They seem to be grayed out. Most of them are white here in the Netherlands, but these guys are gray. Still a lovely sky, though in the distance clouds are packing. The city of Leeuwarden is still 20 kilometers ahead, which we will be driving over this A31 motorway. Yes, it's the motorway again. As you can see, there's a hardened shoulder in Amsterdam, in Boppenslag, Frisian, and perhaps not so Frisian. I don't know. Never heard of the guy. That's the plan hazard. Yes, indeed. See, these guys live near the motorway, and they don't mind living near the motorway. And they are even closer than those farms we passed by earlier on. So really, I don't see why they didn't turn that part in the motorway. But anyway. Next up, coming into view closer and closer, is the Slowerhoff Bridge. And the Slowerhoff Bridge is famous because of its oddly shaped body. And also as they do marathon, the Slowerhoff Marathon, and all the runners pass over that bridge. Normally the Slowerhoff Marathon is, I think it's an annual thing, but with Corona we passed up on at least 2 of them now. As we are continuing, the next exit is for the city or the town of Franeker. I've been to Franeker, I think, some 14 or 15 months ago. I believe it was just after Christmas of 2019. I visited Franeker. Or was it 2018? I don't know anymore. Oh well, it was around that period of time anyway, because I remember them taking away the Christmas tree from the Franeker town square. Yeah, that was Franeker 2-hour ride. And it looks like the air is getting a bit hazy in the distance. So yeah. We are continuing. The A31. 26.3, which is the amount of kilometers we've driven on this road. I guess the starting point is back in Zurich. Oh, it's probably too far to see on camera, but there's like a church in the distance that comes out very nicely lit in the sun. Yeah, now you can make it out. Small as it is, but it comes out nicely lit. If you're a true believer, you might say it's a sign of God. Personally, I'm not so sure, as I'm not a believer myself. But it's still a nice sight to see. The church is located in the village of Dronriep, and that's also the exit that's coming up. Interesting how the church remains being nicely lit. Ah, there we are. Also, as you can see by the shadow being right in front of me of the car, we are no longer facing north, but we're rather facing east. Slightly northeast perhaps, but mostly east. With the setting sun in our back, the golden sunshine, makes this a very different sight to see than what the world was looking like when the sun was still a little bit higher. It's like there's like this golden filter over the world. Very pretty. Time is 6:15 p.m. So it's evening. And coming up is the exit Marsum, which is, I suppose that's the final exit before the exit we are going to take in just a little while. A new road connects Sint-Anna-parochie from here as well. And Steens. It's nice that you don't have to pass through the city of Leeuwarden anymore to go to Steens, but you can simply take this exit and take the new road. If you want to go to Steens to follow along to Holwert to take a ferry to more Frisian islands, Wadden Islands, that would be the route to take. Not that we are going to do that, because our destination is here in the city of Leeuwarden. Entering the Haak Leeuwarden, the angle road around Leeuwarden, or the hoek of Leeuwarden. You can translate it in a couple of different ways, I guess. But this is our exit here. Exit Leeuwarden Noord. Boemershoofd. Plons is water. Haha. Nah. We are continuing. That guy was pushing it. He almost drove into me. He wants to speed this final stretch of road. These 1 or 2 kilometers of road. He doesn't want to adhere to the speed limit. Well, good on him, he didn't. So here we are. Leeuwarden. Or Leeuwarden. And the speed limit of 50 kilometers an hour. This building to the right here is Christelijk. It's like the IT center of Leeuwarden. The starting point of fiber optic cables. And all sorts of IT companies are in there. There's a data center in there. It's like the internet-related building of Leeuwarden. Perhaps even of Frisia. So we exited. We are now on industrial area De Zwette. We are right behind the Frieslandhallen, the WTC Expo, or whatever name they gave it recently. And they are soon to be location of the new Cambuur soccer stadium. I see a lot of sand over there and cabling and stuff. So, yeah, they're going to build that soccer stadium sooner or later now. And over here, though not looking as impressive right now, is the Slowerhoff Bridge, which rises up very high. The road rises up very high when it opens. So I'm in this industrial area as I need to refuel the car in a little bit. But we're close to that cheapest fuel station of the wide area. It's 20 past 6 p.m. and this industrial zone is completely barren. Well, almost completely barren. A few cars remain, but most people are gone already. But I want to get me some fuel. And as you can see over here, the fuel is €1.65 instead of €1.82, as it was on that Motorway fuel station we were just a while ago. Fuel station Halma, indeed. So I'm going to refuel the car, and you can simply enjoy the view a little bit more here. I don't know if my microphone will cut out or what it will do. You even put up the address, yes, Hazard. Anyway, I don't know if my microphone will cut out or what else will happen because I'm turning off the motor now. But you can enjoy the view, and I'll be back soon. Oh, looks like the car keeps the connection intact for now. So I'm going to refuel the car. Back in a bit. Please someone type it in the chat that I'm refueling the car. Thanks. Alright, back again, guys. I'm back once again. Got my fuel. Time to buckle up for safety. Thank you, Hazard. Fine. Right. Let me just put away my... Oh. One sec, guys. I need to write down my... I need to write down... Let's see. 2, 3, 1... Right. Got to get my administration right. Good. Engine start. Yeah, there's like this tiny little car. He was done fast. Guess he only needed a few drips of gasoline instead of my car, which likes to gulp a bit more. Alright, here we go. So let's make a nice little drive through Leeuwarden. We still have time anyway. So let's do this stuff. This road is mostly new. They call it the Westelijke Invalsweg. The western route into town. I guess is what it would translate to. And it's a pretty good route to follow to get to downtown Leeuwarden. Plenty of graffiti over here. There's still posters from the past elections. So coming into view is more or less the commercial district of Leeuwarden. Oh, I see oh, that's nice. They made, yeah, you can't see that unfortunately, but they made old style warehouses, the old style packing warehouses, made them into houses there. Yeah, that's new. Anyway, so the commercial district of Leeuwarden is what we're seeing here. The high rise. Yeah, is it even considered high rise? Yeah, I guess so. Part of it anyway. And over there, in the center and to the right, is the transit station, the public transit station of Leeuwarden. Firstly to the right here, now in the front, is the bus station. And a bit ahead is the railway station with a taxi stand and all. No, I'm not so happy with the commercial district either. Over here, things tend to get a bit more downtownish. "30 km/h" on this little segment. Mr. Sushi. Turning left towards the city center. We have to go around it for a little bit here. That's the way they designed it. When, what do you call that again? Gentrifying this part of town. This is the old jailhouse. The Blokhuispoort. I filmed here as well. Now this is downtown, see, right? To the right here is a very nice hotel, Post Plaza, the old post office, post and telegraph office. And here's a Turkish restaurant, very nice when it's open. Unfortunately now it's Corona time, so you can't eat there. The Kanselarij, part of the old Frisian Museum before they moved over to the central square of Leeuwarden. And yeah, let's see what we have here. Yeah. De Voorstreek. One of the more, the more downtownsy streets here. Taking a right turn onto Ewal. Wortelhaven, Ewol, I don't know, something like that. Too many cars here, but that's in the works. They want to gentrify this part and take away all the cars. So in the future, it will be, yeah, much more of a walking avenue for pedestrians and bicycles, and only some local traffic, I guess. Well, you guys probably recognize the views here. The world sure is different with everything closed due to Corona. Here's the Fletcher Hotel. Also very nice. There's that tiny, the tiny little fountain. And over here is our Leeuwarden Stadshuis. The city house. What do you call it? Very nice. Okay. And we continue. So what more can I show you guys? Offline, yes. Yes. Indeed. So we just drove along here. Alright. I thought up a little route to drive. Firstly, let's take a ride over here. Ja, je gaat toch wel doorrijden, hè, kinderen. Kiddos. They weren't intending on stopping, so then I'll just stop. No biggie. Okay, this is it as far as car travel is concerned, so I'll go back this way. Taking up that final bit of daylight, guys. Enjoying the view. I hope you like it. Downtown Leeuwarden. Those girls do seem to enjoy themselves. Well, and I'll go. Alright. So, what's more to see? I think I'll take a left over here. Well, we can still see the golden setting sun in the distance. Now, parts of downtown Leeuwarden are not accessible by car, or you need to have a special license to access it. But other parts are accessible. So let's simply do that. Okay, thanks for being here, and see you again next time. And you can always watch the final part in the repeat, I guess. On the right hand side is the Prinsentuin, the city park of Leeuwarden. More old buildings on the left side. The Oldenhoven, that big old unfinished leaning church tower. The trademark tower of Leeuwarden. You know what? I'll go and pass it by in a little bit again. I'll do a little loop-de-loop. Because this is also nice to see from the other side. I'll go to the right first. So here we see the other side of the Prinsentuin, the city park, along the water, along the canal. And here in the center of the roundabout there's a cow, a statue. Usmem is what Leeuwarders lovingly call her, our mother. And it's like a gift from the Friso, I believe. It was like a milk manufacturing plant. Milk company. Anyway, something from the olden days. Vrouwenpoortsbrug is what this bridge is called. The Women's Gate. No more Auke Rauwerde. He will be missed. So now we're seeing the other side of this route for a bit. And alright, I'll do that. I'll go here. Let's take this street. The museum Prinsessenhof is to our left here. This is Grote Kerkstraat? Ja, Grote Kerkstraat. The Big Church Street. One of these houses to the left here is the house of the, what was she called again? The that dancer, that famous dancer from Leeuwarden. I seem to have. Alright, Mata Hari. Mata Hari. That was where she lived. I'll go and park here. As this is a nice place to end today's ride, I think. From here on out, Leeuwarden gets boring. So yeah, I'm going to end today's ride here, and yeah, going to get some groceries in downtown still, and then head on over. Yeah, continue my my journey for today. But as far as the live stream is concerned, this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed our little winter Friday afternoon live drive live, and yeah, I'll see you guys again soon. Oh, there we are. So I'll see you guys again quite soon. So thanks, guys, and see you around. Hey, cheerio. And now, how to stop this? I think here. Yes. Okay, see you later, guys. Let me just give you a nice view for the last couple of seconds. And then I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.